before he'd managed to turn the song Dom Dom Yes Yes by Bizer King into one of the most viral tracks currently on TikTok, social media influencer Yasin Cengiz was born in the country of Turkey. There, in his native home, Yasin grew up in the middle class and wound up working a blue-collar job in the field of agriculture in the city of Antalya. During his work week, he'd collect crops in the Turkish countryside, all while doing his absolute best to keep as many colleagues entertained. Now, how exactly did he manage to do all that? Well, here's the thing. Yasin was blessed with not only one of the largest stomachs that I've ever seen, but also complete mastery over its manipulation, creating one of the most memorizing dances of recent memory. Yasin first joined TikTok sometime in early 2021. Over the course of the next year or so, he'd produce a series of videos from his workplace, all of which showed off his incredible body control while taking part in menial tasks like moving gravel, sorting squash, and utilizing farm equipment. While almost all of these clips have well over 5 million views each, Yasin wouldn't hit pay dirt until April of 2022, which is when he found the absolute perfect song to complement his, well, flow. Because as much fun as it was watching Yasin roll his belly around to a series of different beats, no song matched up to his rhythms quite as perfectly as Dom Dom Yes Yes by Bizer King. Prior to the official release of the song, Bizer King uploaded a video of them performing it live to TikTok at the end of January in 2022, a clip that would go on to gain right around 18 million views in just under a year. Originally, this background track began circulating in a TikTok trend of women pulling their shirts over their heads, only to then bounce their chests around while putting glasses over their covered faces. Yeah, it was fascinating but weird.
Skibidi Bop, dop, 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 yes, 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 skibidi dip, skibidi double, double.
Now, in almost all cases in the history of the internet, that's exactly the type of trend you'd expect to take off. In fact, having discovered it, I'm kinda shocked it didn't achieve a farther reach. What leaves me even more flabbergasted, however, is not only did that become the most predominant trend of the use of Dom Dom Yes Yes, but it was also taken over by a man who simply enjoyed jiggling his fat. If you ever needed a sign that the times are changing, that's about as clear as it gets. Because whereas TikTok user Valeria Keeler earned around 20 million views in 3 months for her own use of the song, Yasin blew those numbers out of the water by earning 28 million views in a similar amount of time for his version of interpretive dance. And before he even knew what was happening, this craze would spread through the internet faster than Yasin's belly rolls could ripple. After going more viral than he ever could have possibly imagined, Yasin's videos only continued to rack up views. I mean, sure, few of them would ever quite match the numbers of his first monumental swing, but he still regularly collected at least 20 million views per clip. Having established himself in April of 2022, the following month, Yasin would take his act on the road, and I mean that extremely literally. Now that he was an internet sensation, Yasin took his impressive dancing skills to the people, regularly interacting with the folks he'd meet along the way in places like Istanbul and as far away as Abu Dhabi. Soon enough, he was meeting other Turkish celebrities like Chef Sizin Burak, whom he collaborated with in his most successful TikTok yet, a video that earned over 95 million views in just 7 months. And that proved that Yasin could roll his belly fat just as fast as Burak could chop produce. Then came partnerships with brands like Dame Tobacco that no doubt paid Yasin far more than he ever made during his day job in the fields. And now that he was turning into something of a celebrity, other TikTok creators wanted to get in on the fun as well, many of whom would stuff their shirts in an attempt to make themselves just as big as Yasin. As is almost always the case, these recreations were only ever a pale imitation of the original, but some of them still managed to go modestly viral. Like this clip of Russian TikTok Zeke Fat Belly, who updated Yasin's idea by adding a modest collection of women at his side. Having now spread all his unique dancing techniques all throughout the continent of Asia, Yasin turned his sights on North America. By the time the summer of 2022 rolled around, Yasin's dance craze finally made its way stateside. That's when his content started to infiltrate English-speaking circles on TikTok, made evident by the number of English comments that began popping up in his videos around this time. The following month, other TikTok users began getting even more creative, starting with an upload by user QuandelDingle_0, posted a misheard song lyric speech bubble clip to entertain those of us who were wondering just what the heck it was that Bizer King was singing in the lyrics to the song. Afterwards, TikTok would be hit with a series of similar videos, all of them interpreting the popular tune that now had become synonymous with Yasin in a series of creative ways. Then came the CapCut templates, Basically, CapCut is an editing app that can be used by TikTok creators to invent dynamic clips involving some of their favorite celebrities on the platform. Which means, soon enough, Yasin was being green screened onto everything from moonlit sky to being spread on a piece of bread. Wait, spread on a piece of bread? Yeah, just like a healthy helping of mayonnaise. Now come to think of it, re-imaging Yasin as a glob of mayonnaise just feels right. I don't know why, it just does. But you want to know what feels even better? The fact that Yasin is a far wealthier man now than he ever was before. How much his overall worth has climbed exactly isn't known at this time, but online reports originating out of Turkey suggest that he's turned himself into a millionaire, and it's all thanks to his association with just one song. Well, that and all those belly rolls. It really is hypnotizing, isn't it? That must be how he's managed to collect over 5 million followers on TikTok, as well as over 80 million likes in little less than a year. So how much further will Yasin grow? And no, I don't just mean that physically, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, after all, this has been before they were famous. So thank you for watching, and before you leave, why don't you consider answering the following question. If you could physically manipulate any part of your body and then turn it into a viral dance craze, which part of your physique would you want to use? Let me know which body part you have the most control over in the comment section down below. Actually, having said that out loud, I'm kind of afraid to read these comments, so let's do our best to keep it PG, folks. And when you're done with that, why don't you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to make sure that you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to check out some similar come-up stories before you leave, then be sure to check out for our looks into the lives of Kylian Mbappe, Loaf, and Lucky. My name is Clyde Smith, and I'll see you guys in another video.